The three-step creative cycle.
In your book, you will see that we have the 3 steps to the creative cycle listed. Now, each word that we use to describe the creative cycle is derived from the Jeremiah 1:5 verse, and we have a synonym beside it in your book, and I'll give you the synonyms here too as we discuss this. But you will find that these synonyms that I provide, I will use throughout this audio program as I discuss the concepts and the 3 steps to the creative cycle. And I'll explain them in full as we go on throughout this program. The 3 steps are know, womb, and formed. Once again, the 3 steps to the creative cycle are know, womb, and form. In the Jeremiah 1:5 verse, you see the words new, womb, and formed, and those correspond directly to steps 1, 2, and 3. So the 3 steps are: step 1 is know, step 2 is womb, and step 3 is formed.
Know, the first step to the creative cycle.
Okay, let's get into the first step of the creative cycle, know or knowledge. Knowledge is the first step in the creative process. In fact, this is how your existence began, as knowledge, and it enabled your spiritual birth. Your spiritual birth was the real beginning to your existence. Now, what does that mean? That means you already existed by the time your parents conceived the idea of you. You, as knowledge, elected the mind of your parents as a place for it to continue the creative cycle. At that time, you did not exist in the flesh, but you did exist as an idea in their minds, in the minds of your parents. But the knowledge of you simply had yet to manifest into the form of your human body. You see, knowledge is potential power, and it can only become powerful when it is properly focused. It needs to be put to use and must be channeled into a specific place in order to be given form and be born. The place for knowledge to be born is the womb. The womb is the place of wisdom where knowledge begins to manifest its most powerful form.
Womb, the second step to the creative cycle.
Okay, let's get into step 2 of the 3-step creative cycle. And step 2 is womb or wisdom. Now, wisdom is defined as knowledge and action toward a constructive purpose. Once again, that's knowledge and action toward a constructive purpose. And by combining knowledge with an actual purpose for it to manifest, that's the only way that knowledge will actually take form. You know, for your knowledge to take form, it needs to be focused through wisdom and put to use. So wisdom, knowledge, and action actually creates the conditions for knowledge to form and be powerful. Now, the thing is, you really need focus in order for knowledge to become powerful, because knowledge needs a specific place for its potential power to be focused so that it can grow. And the knowledge of you, for example, that's held in the mind of your parents, was focused into your mother's womb so that you could grow and take form. And it's exactly what you learned in your sexual education class maybe way back in the day. Your father's sperm fertilized your mother's egg and she became pregnant. And this kick-started the process of transforming the knowledge of you into its physical form, identified as your human body. Now, if the knowledge of you were not focused in the womb, you would never have been given the physical form of your human body. You'd simply be knowledge without focus and without form. But since the knowledge of you was focused in the womb, you began to take physical form. In the womb, the knowledge of you started off as an embryo, and all of your organs, muscles, and limbs began to form from there on. Your parents performed the actions, your father's sperm fertilizing your mother's egg, that resulted in your mother's pregnancy and you being formed. Now, that has actually manifested, and the thing is, the womb is the site of your physical construction. And it is the specific place where the knowledge of you began to manifest. Your mother's womb is the place where the knowledge of you was cultivated into form, and after 9 months, your physical body was ready, and your mother gave birth. And at last, you were born. Now, when it came to the knowledge of you being placed into your mother's womb, wisdom is what enabled each cell, each little tiny cell. Wisdom enabled each one of them to have purpose and collaborate in the construction of your physical body while in the womb. The knowledge of you was used to construct your organs, muscles, and limbs into one complete human body. And without wisdom, the cells, the little tiny bitty cells that made you up, those cells would have had no purpose to act upon. So through the example of your birth, you see that wisdom, knowledge and action toward a constructive purpose, is the only way for knowledge to be given form. This form makes the knowledge mutually understood amongst us all, since everyone can now experience it. Everyone can now experience it once that knowledge actually takes on a form. So in other words, the knowledge is no longer only known by the knower, because it becomes known by you and everyone else.
Form, the third step to the creative cycle.
Okay, let's get into the third step of the creative cycle. And that third step is form or formed. And wisdom brings knowledge into actual form. Wisdom is what makes knowledge tangible, real, and evident. You know, that mutual experience I just referred to. And when knowledge is combined with wisdom over the appropriate length of time, the knowledge can be given form. And when wisdom is given form, the creative cycle is complete. And so on page 12 of your book, you will see that there's a diagram that actually displays the 3 steps to the creative cycle. And what you'll see in your diagram is that step 1, it reviews everything we stated, and then step 1 shows know or knowledge. It goes around to step 2, which is womb or wisdom, and it comes back around to step 3, which is form or formed. And you'll see that it goes on and on and on. It's actually a cycle itself. And that's because the creative cycle is continuous, nonstop, and never ending. Because even after you bring your knowledge into being through wisdom and give it form, your creation is refined with new knowledge and new wisdom. And that provides new form continuously. So creation is actually constant. It's nonstop. That's why it's a creative cycle. And it goes round and round. And it never stops. Because even after you form something, new knowledge refines it and puts it into a new womb in a new form, and it goes on and on.